Hey guys, Jim here from Carolina Outdoor Adventures TV. We're getting ready to start our 2020 fishing season, and as a matter of fact, we're getting ready here to head out in just a little bit and start filming today and fishing down on Lake Hickory, which is in Hickory, North Carolina. Now, what we're going to be doing today is we're going to go after panfish. We're going to go after white perch, hopefully get some brim and maybe some yellow perch. And I wanted to take just a few minutes and show you the different type rigs that we're going to be using today. Now guys, listen, we're pan fishing, as a lot of you know. This is not rocket science, okay? Everybody out there has their own technique. They have their own special fishing rod and reel to use for catching crappie and things like that. I'm just here and I just want to show you what we're going to be using today and what works really good for us, okay? What I've got first that I want to show you is I've got just basically what I have is a 6-foot medium rod with a Zebco number 11, and I call this a trigger reel, okay? These are really nice because one hand, you know, you can cast them out if you're using a jig and retrieve it back in, and they're a real reliable reel. But what I want to show you is how I'm going to rig this up today. This has 6-pound test monofilament line. You probably can't see it very good in the camera. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to take and I'm going to come up and leave me just about a foot. Okay? And I'm going to tie me. What I'm going to do is I'm going to put me up first. I'm going to take me an Eagle Claw hook. And these are gold Eagle Claw number 6 hooks. I don't know if you can see that on the camera very good or not, but I'm going to thread this through, and I'm going to put 2 loops in here, and I'll explain to you the reason why I'm doing that. So let's go up here just about, say, 3 feet, okay? Take your hook. A lot of you guys know how to do this, and just tie that and leave about a 2-inch tag line, or whatever you want to call it, right there. Okay, so that's what you're going to look like. So when that's in the water, it's going to look like that. It's going to stand out just like that. Some guys like to put a loop on there and leave it looped. I'm just going to do it this way today. Okay, there again, like I said, it's not rocket scientist. Not rocket science. Wish I was a rocket scientist, but I'm not. Anyways, then I'm going to put another one on, and I'm going to put this one just about 16 to 18 inches behind the other one, and I'm going to do the same thing. I'm just going to tie a loop just like so and tie the hook on here. This is kind of a refined drop shot technique in a way, okay? So now you've got 2 hooks. One is going to hang here like so. And yes, we're going to be using either minnows or worms today. And then the other one is hanging there just like that. Now at the very bottom, I'm going to use a 3/8 ounce, what I call a bell sinker. Okay? A lot of you guys are familiar with these. Some of you guys use them for drop shotting. When you're bass fishing, we're using it as a drop shot technique out here pan fishing. And I'll explain to you here in just a minute. Just tie that hook, just tie that bell sinker on there. Okay, and whoop, that ain't gonna work. That's not gonna stay. You're gonna have to tie a whole lot better knot than that. Now I've dropped my line. Let's try this again. You know what? I think there's a better way to do that. I'm going to put a loop at the bottom of my line, just like so. Okay, loop at the bottom of my line, and then what I'm going to do is I'm going to pass this loop through the eyelet on the sinker. Try to get it through that little hole, and there we go, and put it around the sinker like so, and then just tighten it up. Okay. We don't want it hitting and catching around there. We want it to go right up around the loop. Just like that. Okay. Now what we've got is we have kind of a double hook refined drop shot. I'll cut off that tag end hook system here, okay? We're going to put our baits on here. What this is going to allow us to do is it's going to allow us to go down and actually hit the bottom, okay? Now these white perch generally are going to be a foot to 2-3 feet off the bottom. They're going to be in large schools. So this is going to allow us to put the bait in front of fish that are close to the bottom and fish that are suspended a little bit more off the bottom. And and with white perch, it's quite usually a lot of times you'll catch 2 fish at a time. I know guys who put 3 hooks on here. So, and this is going to allow you to bounce off the bottom and feel the bottom at all the times. And if you watch your depth finder, you can watch these fish. You'll be able to watch your sinker and your bait, and you'll be able to take and put your rod right over in front of their face, your bait right in front of their face. So that's basically one of the rigs I'm going to be using on this particular rod today, and it works good for me, especially if you're fishing for crappie in the summertime or the winter and you've got to fish for them in deeper water. What I mean is water 30 feet or so when you're fishing brush, because it will allow you with that weight to actually find and feel the tree. And should you get a hook that gets hung up, if you just hop that up and down a little bit, this weight will pull the hook. So it's really you don't get hung up a lot because you're able to do that with this weight. So if you get into brush piles, you can usually pop it right off. All right, the only other rod we're going to be using today, well, we're going to be using other rods, but another one of my favorites, and this is the old time Zebco 33. And this works good because they're a light action rod, and it's also got a number 6-pound test line on it. Now, bait we're going to be using today, we're going to be using baits from Catch 'em Up Baits. Okay, we've got some really nice swim baits. We want to try them out, see how they work. And we've also got some nice jigging spoons we're going to try out. I don't know how they're going to work. There's that one right there, that's that color, and then we've got some chartreuse jigging spoons and some blue ones, and I'm going to show you the whole tangled mess right there. And you can see that these here are really got really nice detail on them. These are from Catch 'em Up Baits, and they represent small bait fish, and we're going to try them. We're going to go ahead and get the boat rigged up and get everything we need to have, make sure everything is all good and legal, and we're going to head on to the lake. And the next time we see you, we're going to be on Lake Hickory in Hickory, North Carolina, and hopefully we're going to be filling the icebox full of fish. So stick around and we'll catch you soon.
It's gonna be fun if we get a monster on here. Woo, son. That's a big one there, boys. $45, $50. Son, all right, go on again. He choked it. Look at that, bro.
Let us make this absolutely clear. The days of wasted casts and missed opportunities are over. New Mega Imaging takes fishing into the megahertz range for the first time, because higher frequency sonar means higher frequency of this. Without a doubt, it's the most detailed picture of the world below ever. And it's only from Humminbird.
Good fish. White bass. The white bass?
Yeah.
What is that? That's a big
That's a
crappie,
big crappie.
man. Wow. Oh, got him a big crappie here. I guess we'll have to put water in the live well. Look at that, huh? Woohoo! Look at that for a crappie, everybody. That's a nice one right there.
Gunpowder crappie.
Huh?
Gunpowder crappie.
Gunpowder crappie. We better put him in a... I guess we better take all the goodies out of here and we'll put water in there, okay? We're gonna catch fish. I guess we better put water in the live well. All right, there it is. Way to go, Bo.
Biggest crappie I've ever caught.
Yeah. Line's going out toward that boat. You might have it. You get him? Missed him. That was on a minnow.
Mm-hmm.
Here we go. Playing the big fish card again. That big one, he just grabbed it and run with it.
Well, he did.
Yeah, well, he had no choice. That'll be my lovely bride asking me how many we've caught. It was on the worm.
Another white perch.
Another white perch. But they got my minnow first. But that's on a worm. Ooh.
No, I didn't.
Oh, you had him. I saw the pole
Worm.
bending. There. Now that was on worm again.
Yep.
Cool. A little bit better fish there, Bo. Might be a crappie. Oh no.
Oh, yeah.
That's what we're looking for, a jumbo white perch right there.
Yeah, that's a good one now.
Look at that one. Yeah, if we can get a bunch of them. Get him, Bo. Yes, sir.
Oh.
There's another. Well, finally, we got a good crappie and a good perch. Darn, Bo. Another good one.
All right.
If you look in there, there's another marker. Drop it right over the boat right here. Oh, doubles!
In the back. All right.
Doubles! Look at that.
Under the console.
Right, I think it's in there with the fish.
With the fish. Okay.
And we'll mark this area. I'll talk here in just a minute.
Are you ready?
Yeah, just drop it right over, just right behind the boat, right behind the motor. Yeah, leave it right there. If you would give me a minnow also. I need one. I'm kind of running a little test here, folks, right up by your feet, Bo. What I'm doing is I'm running a worm up here on the top and a minnow at the bottom, and it seems like the worms are outperforming the minnows. And Bo had made a comment just a few minutes ago that fishing was really slow. We weren't getting many bites, and all of a sudden the sun peeked out for just a minute. And it's like when the sun popped out, these fish turned on. So that might tell you something there, that just a slight change in the weather sometimes makes a big difference. But we're going to see. We're going to stay right around this little area right here. I'm just dropping my line all the way to the bottom. We're fishing in 16 feet of water right here, and then just reeling it up a few cranks, putting it in the rod holder, and keep my eyes on the rod, waiting for the next bite. This portion of Carolina Outdoor Adventures TV is brought to you in part by Catch 'em Up Baits, field staff tested, pro staff proven, by Buckbuster Scents, scents for the serious hunter, Quail Hollow Bird Farm, and also by Tulliver's Guide Service, specializing in trout fishing in Boone, North Carolina. I think fish just turned on. Ah, that's on
that's
the worm.
pretty good one.
Got
Another worm?
Another one on the worm.
We're going to have to make a run to the boat shop. I mean,
There
the
we
bait
go.
shop.
And these seem to be in this little pocket one right here. This school seems to be a little bit bigger fish. We're using bait today. Out here running a test with bait. With what they call an Alabama swamp worm and red wigglers from the Little Ponderosa Worm Ranch up in Boone area. Oh, you got a fish on there.
This one?
You hit it. And these fish here, Jesse raises them. He has a big farm there, worm farm. And he's been raising these worms, and he's been doing real good on them. So he brought some down to us and said, here, I want you guys to go out and try to catch some white perch and try them. So that's what we're doing. And it seems like the worms, I'm not going to lie to you, we are catching a few on minnows, but we're probably catching 3 fish to 1 on the worms.
Can I borrow a worm?
I think I got one on here, I ain't sure. Nope. Ain't got no bait. Kind of hard to get fish with no bait, isn't it? It's up here, isn't it? Mm-hmm. Oh, there's another one. I just put it down on the worm. Little sucker. Well, we'll just let him go.
Yeah, we'll let that
He's
go.
not even a fish stick. There he is. You almost hold on to your rod and catch him, Bo. Another small one. But there again, he's on the worm. Them worms smell so bad. That's all the worm I've got on that hook right there, and that's what I'm catching them on. I hadn't told you what I'm doing, like I said, folks. I'm letting my weight go all the way to the bottom, and then just bringing it up about a foot, and then just kind of working my rod up and down. We were setting them in the rod holders because the bites were just so far and few in between, but almost seems like right now, as long as we stay right with them, they're hitting our bait pretty good. I believe. Sounds like a keeper fish here. Oh yeah.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, yeah.
There we go.
That's a little better.
It's gonna take me a while to operate on this one. He's got it down in there, so
Oh,
let me get my pliers.
that and caught himself.
He wasn't getting away. Alright. Oh, there's a keeper. Well, anyways,
Finally caught one on a minute.
finally.
Finally caught one on a minute.
Hold him up. There we go.
It ain't the won't
But
bite.
no matter what, you're always going to catch a few on the minnow now and then. But no matter what, fish for fish, we're catching a whole lot more on the worms
Yeah, I
than
agree
we
with
are
that.
on the
I will agree.
than we are on
100%.
the minnows. Let me explain to you a little bit about what we did here, everybody. When Bo and I first came in here this morning, We come in way down below right here. Maybe you can see this red buoy off to behind my shoulders, but we found a few fish in there. It's not where they were the other day though. And we worked up this way until we found some good schools of fish. And I don't know if it's in the camera yet, but I have two yellow markers right out here. And they're sitting on schools of fish. We're finding out that the closer we get to shore, the smaller the fish are getting. So we're going to kind of hover back and get back over into that area. It's about 18 feet of water right there, and we're about 16 here. Now, you wouldn't think 2 feet would make a difference, but it does sometimes. You wouldn't think the difference between worms and minnows would matter, but it does sometimes. So we're going to slowly push the boat back over that way and try to get onto some bigger fish. They get a bite on that second rod. To your left, onto your left.
Yes.
There he is, there he is, there he is.
That's good. That's good.
Good.
Oh, mercy. That's good.
Don't lose him. Oh, let me get this fish.
A big old catfish.
Oh, that's what we got. All right. I think he got tangled in that line.
Good grief. Well, what he done, he caught that minnow. I was wondering how long it'd be before we caught one out here.
I was surprised we haven't caught any before now.
Too late to holler quit now.
You'll be out of my hair for a while.
Yeah. That's all right.
What happens when you catch a catfish on a light rod like that?
Yeah.
They just tangle it all up, don't they?
They sure do.
And you are not going to, look, man, we're not going to be out here long enough for you to untangle that mess. Why
I
don't
got
you
a pocket knife.
Yeah, I'll do it the easy way.
You caught the most, but I caught the big.
Yeah, it's going to take me a little bit to top him right now. I done been told don't come home if you don't have any fish, so I guess it's okay for me to go home.
You can go home
It's
now.
okay for me to go home tonight?
Yeah.
There he is. A little one. Boy. But he took the worm.
We gotta be if I caught two in a row.
Well, we'll just sit here and drift around. And right between the buoys.
Not a nothing.
Gosh darn, Bo. What's going on back there? Look at that. Keepers. Keepers.
I found out one thing.
What?
They're starting to bite them on the way down.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I've had a lot of discussion with this with Jesse. And it seems to be that the water clarity and cloud cover make a big difference on how the white perch feed. It was cloudy, really nice for fishing this morning. There we go. And it was cloudy. So we didn't do that well, but then the sun kind of peeked out just a little bit. And when it did, we got more bites. So I don't know. If you're gonna go fishing, I guess you just need to go. You come out here, you don't need any special equipment. Bo and I are using Zebco 33s and small Zebco number 11 crappie reels. 8-pound test line, Zebco rods. You can use open face rods. I think what's important is your line size more than anything. You know, no special rigs. I've showed you the kind of way I rig mine with the 3/8 weight on the bottom and the 2 hooks. And a lot of guys will fish for white perch that way. It seems to work good because a lot of times you'll get doubles. When the white perch feed, they feed in a frenzy a lot of times. Not today, but sometimes they do. They're not frenzy biting today, are they, Bo?
Yeah, no, but they're biting.
So, if you can get on them, you find them schooled up, and you sit your boat out on top of them or close to them, and catch a bunch of these white perch. They're really great eating. What you got there? Oh yeah, that's a keeper. He bite on the way down? You
On
just
the way
go,
down.
just really?
Yep.
Oh, that's a good one.
All right. You popped that hard.
Boom.